Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I got a fun one for you guys. But first, if you have been here before, welcome back. You always know I love having you guys back in the Jets Ward. You make this channel so much fun, and I love that you guys keep coming back for more. If you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan or a fan of another NFL team or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here in the Jets Ward. This is a safe space for you. But guys, training camp is right around the corner, and teams are getting ready. They're building their rosters. There's some trades still being made, extensions being done, extensions that teams are working on for players, holdouts, things like that. There's so much stuff happening in the NFL. But what I want to do in this video is I want to talk about the players that I feel aren't very appreciated, that are overlooked a lot of the time, we have our players that we always say are really good, that are awesome, but then there are some players left in the dust. So I want to talk about those players that should be looked at as being better, that can definitely help out their team and could possibly be in for some breakout years this year. I feel this video is focusing on all the underappreciated players, and I'm focusing on this one in the NFC. All right, so I'm going to go through the whole NFC, talking about players, one player from each team that you guys should look at this year that is going to do a lot better than a lot of people think, that are overlooked, in my opinion. So to start, the first player, and I'm going to start off with the Chicago Bears here. One player that I think is still highly overlooked and that a lot of people are not thinking is that great anymore is DeAndre Swift. And what is the biggest thing a lot of players talk about, or a lot of analysts talk about? One of the biggest needs the Bears have, running back. I don't think it's as big of a need as a lot of people say. The Bears had one of the worst offensive lines last year, especially the interior of the offensive line. And DeAndre Swift still almost had over a 1,000-yard rushing year. He's still a power back. He's not the oldest guy. I believe he's like around 26, 27 years old still. He's not that old. And he's still putting up solid numbers. The Bears have brought in better interior talent. They got a new center, a new left guard, a new right guard. Their tackles, if healthy, should be solid as well. The Bears' offensive line is rejuvenated, which I think should make it a lot easier for DeAndre Swift to have a bounce-back year. And again, he wasn't even that bad last year. So all of this commotion about the Bears desperately need a running back. They need a running back. They could actually add extra help, but DeAndre Swift, I think, is still a solid number one running back for a team. Maybe bring in more of a shifty guy to complement him, like what the Lions have with Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery, to bring like that power and speed. He's the power. Bring in a shiftier guy to help out so that he doesn't take the brunt of a load. But I think DeAndre Swift is a lot better than a lot of people think, and I think he should get more respect on his name because I still think he's a legitimate running back in this league, a legitimate number one running back. Is he the best? No. But with his new revamped offensive line, I think he could be in for a much better year and some really solid touchdown numbers as well. So watch out for DeAndre Swift. I think he's much better than a lot of people think he is. All right. Now, continuing in the same division, going to the Lions. Amik Robertson. I understand the Lions signed DJ Reed to a big contract, which was well-deserved. I love DJ Reed as a Jets fan. He was great for us. I love that he went to a team that is a legitimate Super Bowl championship caliber team. He's going to do so well there, and I wish him the best. But Amik Robertson, I think, is a very underrated cornerback that they have. He can play in the slot. He can play on the outside. His ball coverage skills are legit, and he's a really, really good cornerback. And right now, he's looked at as being cornerback 3 on that team, nickel corner. He can play anywhere in the defensive backfield, in my opinion. He's just got legitimate coverage skills. Can work on the tackling a little bit, but he's a physical, aggressive player and who's going to give you some good numbers. Had a lot of passes deflected last year. Really good player, and somebody who I think, if given on a different team, could be a legitimate back-end start cornerback 1, high-end cornerback 2 option. And he has the ball skills and the IQ. He's still young as well, and he's a durable player. I think the Lions have a gem in Amik Robertson, and I love what they have in him. Great, great player. Very underappreciated, in my opinion. Now, next one, Jordan Love. And you might be thinking, Ryan, what are you doing? Everybody knows Jordan Love is a very good quarterback. I don't think he gets as much love as he should. No pun intended. But and I'm even guilty of this because in my quarterback rankings, I had Jordan Love, not the highest, but not the lowest either. He's getting better every single year he's in the league. He needs to cut down on the turnovers and the mistakes that he makes when pressured. But I think that Packers offensive line's not awful. I think they got some good players there. He just needs, when he's pressured, throw the ball away. Stop trying to force plays. That's his biggest issue. But legitimately, he is a great young quarterback in this league and only getting better. Packers never whiff on quarterbacks. And they have Malik Willis as a backup quarterback just in case Jordan Love goes down. And he has dealt with some injuries in his career. But he is a really good young player and somebody who I just think keeps getting better and better to be looking like I might have not had him in my top 10 quarterbacks this year. But as time goes on, he can get there. And he's a legitimate threat with his arm and with his legs. He needs to get more respect, in my opinion. I think he's underrated so much. And that was the word that I was trying to look for earlier in my intro. Underrated players. These guys I feel like are all underrated. And I'm guilty of underrating Jordan Love too. I really think he is getting better and better and is still one of the young QB talents, QB stars in this league. And I think he's going to prove that this year if he cuts down on those turnover-worthy plays. Continuing on. I get to Jordan Mason. And he just signed a deal this offseason with the Vikings. Jordan Mason is a very, very good young running back. He showed flashes last year with the 49ers when Christian McCaffrey went down. And I was really shocked that the 49ers actually let him go. The reason I think he's going to be much better, right now he's behind a very, very good running back in Aaron Jones, but he's not getting any younger. I think Jordan Mason has a legitimate chance to get more carries than Aaron Jones as the year goes on. This kid is a very good power back / speed back. He is great coming out of the backfield, great hands, solid blocker. And honestly, I think the Vikings got a steal in free agency with Jordan Mason. He's still very young, not a lot of tread on the tires for him, and somebody who has a very good IQ in football. And I think somebody who will help J.J. McCarthy out for years to come. This QB running back tandem could be a big threat for defenses in the future. So I think Jordan Mason is a very underrated running back going into this season. I think the Vikings got a really good one here. And even if he takes a little bit more time to grow, Aaron Jones ain't going to be here for much, much longer. So he could become that premier back for them after Aaron Jones is gone, or even this year, halfway through, could get more of the brunt of carries, in my opinion. And continuing on, we're going to the next division. I got Tyler Algier from the Falcons. Now, we all know that the Falcons starting running back is Bijan Robinson, but there were games where Tyler Algier looked better than Bijan at times. I'm not saying he is better, but he looked better or just like Bijan in some games. He's still a young running back, and he's more of a power guy. I think he could be a number one running back if on another team. Put him on the Jaguars, he's their number one running back, in my opinion, and it's not even close. I understand they got Travis Etienne, but Tyler Algier has proven that he is a legitimate contender in that backfield. Good blocker, power guy, short yardage downs. He's your guy to go to. He's so good and better speed than a lot of people think. If on a different team, I think he'd be getting a lot more looks and be a starting running back in this league. But for right now, I think he's a fantastic combo with Bijan Robinson. And I think this guy's still got so much to show in this league and somebody who I really, really like. And I think teams would be willing to go after if he continues his high trajectory, which I think he does. And Tyler Algier I really like him. He's, in my opinion, still a good contender for fantasy leagues as well. I really like Algier as a starter option later down the road. And I think he could be a starter in this league. But very, very underrated in my opinion. Continuing on, I got Rico Dowdle. I think Rico Dowdle has a legit shot to win that starting running back job in Carolina. Chuba Hubbard I like Chuba Hubbard, does get injured quite a bit. Rico Dowdle came out of nowhere last year with the Cowboys and was a legit 1,000-yard rusher last year and great coming out of the backfield with receptions. He needs to work on the blocking, but Rico Dowdle came out of nowhere. And somebody who I think can just keep getting better and better and better. And the Carolina Panthers offensive line, I really like them. They're young still. And Rico Dowdle's still young as well. Hubbard, it's again, cool. It's going to be a good combo between those two. But Hubbard does get hurt a decent amount. Rico Dowdle doesn't. He is a stable running back there and somebody who I think will get more carries as time goes on in Carolina and somebody you should watch out for with the Carolina Panthers. Rico Dowdle is a legit running back in this league. Watch out for him. Now, next one. Here is one that I think Saints fans will like a lot because I don't think Rashid Shaheed gets a lot of credit for what he can do. I think he is a solid high-end number 2 receiver who can get much better, has great speed, could be a lower-end number 1 receiver in this league if he could stay healthy. He is a legit burner where you could use him on end arounds. You can use him in the backfield as a running back. You can use him on the outside as a receiver. You can use him in the slot. You can use him anywhere on the field. The problem with him is injuries. If he can stay on the field, he is a legit threat. And the Saints, I think, love this kid a lot. He is really, really good, solid hands, great speed on that team as well. Very, very underrated. The thing that kills him is injuries. If he can stay healthy, I think he's going to open up a lot of eyes in the NFL because I think he's a legit weapon for the New Orleans Saints and somebody that people don't see a lot of because of the injuries. Going on to the next team. I got the Bucs. I got Cade Otton. I think Cade Otton's a legit tight end threat in this league. He reminds me a lot of Dallas Clark. Same with the no gloves and everything. He's a great blocker, and he's a much better receiver than a lot of people think. When Godwin went down last year, Cade Otton really stepped up and took a lot of the receptions and was a great red zone nightmare for the Bucs last year. And somebody who I think is still young, going to build more of a relationship with Baker Mayfield as well. I think Cade Otton's going to be much better this year and somebody who you can look at as a top 5 tight end in the league years and years from now. Even maybe this year too. I think he takes that step. He is a really, really good tight end in this league and some who I think is going to open up a lot of eyes this year as well. So watch out for Cade Otton. He's a very, very good player in this league and very underrated. Going to the next one. I'm going to go into the Cardinals next, and I got a linebacker that's not talked about a lot, but a legit leader on that defense, and that's Mack Wilson Sr. He is an interior linebacker, can play the outside, great in coverage, great at coming up and stopping the run. Not the oldest guy, still young back there as well. Plays with a lot of edge, a lot of excitement, a lot of physicality, and just is everywhere on that defense. And somebody who they really rely on that linebacker room to make a lot of plays. And he's just getting better and better as the year goes, or as this career goes on. So Mack Wilson, I really, really like him. And the Cardinals got a really good player there. I think they're going to extend him at some point as well. So watch out for Mack Wilson. He's a very, very young, underutilized player. Not underutilized, but underrated player. I think he's so good, and the Cardinals are going to really, really like him. I think they already really, really like him anyway. But continuing on, I get to the Rams, and this is a player I've talked about a lot. I really love Tutu Atwell. I think he's a legit slot receiver, a slot receiver threat that does not get a lot of touches because look who has Matt Stafford's thrown to. You've got Puka Nacua there. You have Devontae Adams now. You had Cooper Kupp there, who was a slot receiver as well. I think Tutu Atwell is going to be the legit slot receiver now and get more attempts because he is so fast and so speedy. You send him on a cut route right through the middle on a slant. Nobody's catching him. He's great at catching the ball in stride, solid hands, soft hands, great speed, and a willing blocker as well. He's really, really good. And Tutu Atwell, I think he's going to get much, much more throws targeted his way this year because Cooper Kupp was their slot receiver when he was there. He's gone now. He's with the Seahawks. Tutu Atwell is their slot receiver. You got Puka on the outside, Devontae Adams. Tutu Atwell is going to have a lot of players. He's going to have a lot of mismatches. So watch out for Tutu Atwell to have a breakout season as well. He's a very good young player still in this league. Continuing on, Brock Purdy. And a lot of people might say, oh, well, he just got his money. He's not that great. Yes, he is. Brock Purdy is a legit quarterback in this league. Very, very good. Similar to Jordan Love. Very good young quarterback. Doesn't have the strongest arm and does have a wonky throwing motion. But he makes plays. He gets things done. When he's on the field, the Niners are solid. He's one of the more accurate quarterbacks in this league at mid to short range throws. Needs to work on his deep ball a little bit, but that's not his game. The Niners love their quarterbacks to be able to hit in the mid game and accuracy and intelligence. That's Brock Purdy. He earned that contract that he got. Was it a little too pricey? Maybe a little bit, but he's been to the Super Bowl, played well in that Super Bowl as well, and he's a legitimate top 15 quarterback in this league. And without Debo didn't really do much for him. A lot of drops last year. Brandon Ayuk was hurt most of the time. Juwan Jennings really stepped up. And you had, their tight end. Oh, why can't I remember his name? He's one of the best ones in the league. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. He still was making some big plays, even without Christian McCaffrey in the backfield as well. George Kittle, that's who it is, the tight end. Great tight end. But he was hurt last year too. So Brock Purdy was dealing with a lot of new faces there and was still able to make plays. The kid, if he can have some health around him, like his players that can stay healthy, if Kittle can stay healthy for a season, Juwan Jennings, if he's still there, if he doesn't get traded, can stay healthy for a whole season. Brandon Ayuk, if he could stay healthy, he's still a very talented receiver there. And Ricky Pearsall, Purdy can make big plays, and he can win you some games. Is he going to have some clunkers out there? Yeah. But that's every quarterback in this league. Josh Allen, God forbid, has one bad week. You're not going to say he's the worst quarterback in the league like some people, or not like a bad quarterback like some people have done to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is a legit premier quarterback in this league and has proven it. I don't know how much more he needs to prove. Yeah, he needs to win a Super Bowl. He needs to get the Niners back to the playoffs. But the guy is a legit quarterback and a great starter in this league as well. He just needs... I think he's just so overlooked, and people don't give him the credit that he deserves. He makes big plays, and he's very, very good. Not the strongest arm and a very wonky throwing motion, but remember Phillip Rivers. Not the strongest arm, very wonky throwing motion where he looked like he was just pushing the ball. Brock Purdy is a great young quarterback and only getting better and better. Let's see how he does this year with some less weapons. Can Christian McCaffrey come back and be the Christian McCaffrey that we know and love? Can Brandon Ayuk come back and be the Brandon Ayuk that we know and love, that legit receiver? George Kittle, can he stay healthy? If they can, Brock Purdy can still make this team and take them over the top because, one, their record is very, very weak this year, but two, Brock Purdy makes big plays and he elevates that team to be better than what they are. And he runs that Shanahan system perfectly, in my opinion. But Brock Purdy, underrated player, in my opinion. Very, very good. Continuing on, I'm going back to the running backs and staying with Seattle. Zach Charbonnet. Kenneth Walker can't stay healthy. He's a young running back, and when he's on the field, he's great. But Kenneth Walker hasn't been able to stay healthy in his whole career. And who have they got behind him? Zach Charbonnet, who has proven that he can handle the load as a running back there and be a solid option. He's more of a power back. He's not the fastest guy, but he does have some decent speed. Think of Sean Alexander when he was with the Seahawks years ago. Power guy, not the quickest, but got the job done. Now, is Zach Charbonnet like that? Sean Alexander was a fantastic running back. Zach Charbonnet is very, very good and could some be like that in years to come because he's still young. But I really like Zach Charbonnet and don't feel like a lot of people give him the credit that he deserves because he's put that team on his back tons and tons of times. When their offense wasn't running through DK and Tyler Lockett, guess who was carrying the brunt of that load? Zach Charbonnet was doing very, very well for them. So watch out for Charbonnet to be very, very good this year as well. Continuing on, Going to the Cowboys, Javonte Williams. I love the signing of Javonte Williams. I just don't – he's still a young running back. I think the Cowboys are going to be more of a running team. Bo Nix was very impressive last year, slinging that football. Javonte Williams dealt with some injuries. He had some breakout games. He had some clunkers. I think now that he's going to be the lead running back for the Cowboys, you got Miles Sanders there too, but I think Javonte Williams, that's his running back group. That's his to lose. They signed him on a one-year prove-it deal. He's only 25, 26 years old still. He's still a young back with solid speed and solid power. I think the Cowboys are going to love what they get in Javonte Williams. I really like him, and I think he's going to have a really good season under this new leadership that the Cowboys have in there, the new head coach, Schottenheimer. Continuing on. Getting to the Giants. Darius Slayton. I think Darius Slayton as a number 2-3 option receiver is awesome. He was somebody when he was a free agent this offseason, I wanted the Jets to target so badly because I just love what Darius Slayton brings. I think the QB play has been awful for the Giants the past couple of years, and Darius Slayton hasn't been able to show what he's got. You have Malik Neighbors. He's going to take double teams. He's going to get his receptions. But Darius Slayton is still a very underrated receiver. Great hands, solid possession type of receiver as well. And somebody who is a leader on that Giants team and has been there forever, but still only like 27, 28 years old, still has some good years left in him in this league. And somebody who I think Giants fans love, and somebody who I think will be a legitimate receiver threat for whoever their quarterback is, whether it's Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, or Jackson Dart. I think they're going to love Darius Slayton there because he's really a legit number 2, number 3 receiver, and I really like what he brings to the table as a possession-type receiver. Continuing on. I got Jahan Dotson, and I brought him up in a lot of videos too. Jahan Dotson was a Commander, got traded to the Eagles, and is their number 3 receiver behind A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Jahan Dotson's still young and is a very good route runner, solid hands. I just think he gets overshadowed with that Eagles offense that they have with, like I just said, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, who can run the ball as well. Jahan Dotson could be a legit number 2 receiver in this league. He's still young, and like I said, great route runner, great hands, still young, good speed. He could do a lot of different things, whether it's on the outside or in the slot. He is a great receiver, and I think very underappreciated. And I think a lot of teams, if Dotson were to be traded, which I think could definitely be possible, I think he could be a legit number 2 receiver on a lot of different teams and be a massive threat for a lot of offenses as well. Continuing on. I get to another one, and this might not be this much of a hot take, but I think Frankie Louvu for the Commanders is a very underappreciated linebacker for them. Solid coming off the edge, has gotten much, much better in his careers from starting with the Jets to going to Carolina to going to the Commanders and everything. He is a fantastic linebacker who I think is very underappreciated. He's like a heartbeat of that defense. They have a lot of great defensive players, but Frankie Louvu is a legit beast and a great outside linebacker for them, edge rushers too. I love Frankie Louvu. Wish he was with the Jets still, but Frankie Louvu is just very underrated, and I think somebody who Commanders fans love, but who more NFL fans need to love as well because he's a great guy as well, does a lot of great things off the field, a lot of charity work, and just a good person in general and a fantastic football player. Makes so many good plays for the Commanders defense. And guys, that is all I have for you with my video right now. These are all the guys that I think are very underrated for their teams, underappreciated. You could say any word you want, but I think these are guys you need to take a look at and show more respect on because they are legit players who make tons and tons of plays for their team and only going to get better. So guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think that I got it right with these underrated players? Do you think there are any other players on these teams that you could consider very underrated? Or do you think I whiffed on this video completely? Let me know down in the comments. Remember, follow me on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the video. It really helps me out. Hit that bell to get more notifications as well for anytime I upload a video. Follow me on X. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook under the name Jets Ward as well. I always love having you guys. I love hearing from you as well. I've been trying to respond to everybody's comments, whether it be on YouTube, TikTok, anything. I love hearing from you guys. And thank you guys so much. Oh, one more update. I will not be able to go live this Saturday. I have some things that came up this weekend, but I'm going to go live. I will change the live date to this Friday night at 9 o'clock. So follow me there. Be there. We're going to talk about all the weak side linebackers in the league, power rankings, going to continue that series, that live stream. So be excited for that. I'm getting my list ready, going through, talking about all of them. I'm excited to bring that to you guys. And again, guys, thank you so much for joining me in the Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.